So I don't smoke. I simply don't smoke anything. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't do CBD. I stay away from all of that stuff. I yell at the kids and tell them never to do it. So recently, I get a check from my job that has no money on it in the mail, and I call my manager. I'm like, "This is the second time this has happened. Like, why am I getting checks that say your money has gone to direct deposit? I don't have direct deposit set up there." He says, "I don't know, you'll have to get with the manager because you're not working with me. But also, somebody reported that you smelled like marijuana, so you're going to have to do a drug test." I'm like, "What? Okay, fine, I'll do a drug test." But the place that I went to get that job in the first place was either Quest Diagnostics, or another one that was used back in, was one of the labs that LabCorp. And both of those labs were labs that they used whenever I worked in Dallas. Now, if those Dallas people are still got their prongs into my life and still trying to frame me for bad stuff, then what if they say that there's like marijuana in my system? I don't use any CBD oil products. I don't cook with it. I don't use gummies. Now, recently I told you guys that the gummies from Grace had me feeling some type of way, and that I took that one of those gummies to the police off of Jones Street and told him he needs to test it because I feel like they were putting something in those gummies, because I was like getting real addicted to them, and then my back started sweating and my bone, like my legs and my arms started feeling real achy. So the cop said, "If we find something, we'll get back to you." But he never got back to me. And he took down my number. He didn't really help with anything else, and I'm not even sure. He said his name was Officer Bowman. Officer Bowman never got back to me. So again, I'm afraid like these people hate me and I hate them, and they still like own me. And the other day I saw Brian again. Brian is the CFO of Revelation MD, and I saw him whenever I was in Austin, whenever I was working at Lucky Brand. He came up there in disguise, but it was him. And then I saw him whenever I was working at Woodshed. He would go up there, or somebody who looked very similar to him would go up to Woodshed and eat at the bar, and just stand at the bar and drink at the bar. And I was just like, okay. And I saw him again this week, last weekend, at the AC, where I work only on the weekends. I am not married to that guy. I do not know that guy. Whenever I was working at Woodshed, my birth certificate went missing, and they swapped my iPhone there. And I kept getting messages saying, "Your iTunes, here's your iTunes verification account number. Text to me." But I never set it up. I never set up iTunes. I don't even have an iPhone anymore, because they kept sending me verification. "Here's your Google verification code. Here's your iTunes verification code." So I went to Apple, and Apple, they really wouldn't tell me. They said because of security reasons, yeah, there's an iTunes account logged with your number attached to your phone number, but we can't tell you who for security reasons. Those bitches are trying to fucking erase me and have their little shapeshifter or my twin or whatever fraud be me. And I think she's like in with that family. I don't know if his last name was Cassavins or if it's Martin, but there's too much creep shit going on. And I think that even not last year, 2022, 2021, Brandon was in cahoots with those people. Like Brandon knew Kim, or knew Brian, or knew Rick, or knew one of them people. And I'm not so sure if, I don't know, there's too much creep shit going on. And then they just cut my hours all of a sudden, and I'm hearing you've got a twin, she's up there in those rooms, yada yada yada. And now for no good reason I have to take a drug test, which I'm going to take because I don't have nothing to hide, because I don't fucking do drugs. But how humiliating. How fucking humiliating that I'm gonna have to go because somebody said I smell like weed. Bullshit. I don't hang out with people who smoke weed. I'm not in the room with people who smoke weed. I don't smoke weed myself. So because she said, is that even legal? Because somebody said, I didn't wreck a car. I didn't do anything, any malpractice or any, I didn't fuck up on the job. So because she simply said I smell like weed, I'm going to have to take a drug test. I'm going to have to go up there, all up to their LabCorp, Quest Diagnostics most likely, and humiliate myself like I'm some type of fucking scumbag who doesn't do right. So I have to go take a drug test. And if it's Quest Diagnostics or LabCorp, which I know for a fact is affiliated with Kim and Rick, who hate me and I hate them, they could just get those people to lie and say, "Oh yeah, it's positive." No. They're not they've been harassing me ever since I left that fucking job. And they stole my fucking car. I think that, okay, since they want to be sassy, whenever I was sitting in the cubicle working at Revelation MD, this girl Amber worked with me, and she said that she was buying a car one day and that they were giving her shit. And she said, my grandpa just made one phone call up there and they got their act right. They got their act together. They didn't give me any more shit. I'm assuming her grandpa is a CIA motherfucker, the same motherfucker who made a call to Sewell Lexus whenever I dropped my car off for that dashboard recall, and he made a call up there, and all of a sudden I had cameras and trackers and a bomb and everything in my Lexus. Now they just took my Lexus from my driveway with some illegal mumbo jumbo bullshit that your car isn't operable, but my car was operable. The only reason it wouldn't start is because of that kill switch that they controlled. So they said, your car's not operable, we're taking it. It's my fucking driveway. It's not an eyesore. The car was pretty. It wasn't even an eyesore. It was just parked there. So how would they know whether it was an operable or not? That's bullshit. They made that fucking city ordinance up, and we weren't even parked in the city. We were parked in my driveway in a fucking gated community. So these people keep attacking and attacking and attacking and thinking they're going to get away with it. They've already made all types of threats. And in my phone, there was this meme that they made after they hacked into my Facebook saying that you're going to blow up in your car. They basically said, if you're not careful, there might be a bomb under the dash that'll blow your kneecaps off. So I don't know if they made Brandon abracadabra me into hanging out with him, into falling for him, so that he could scrub my phone of all the fucking terrible ass, threatening ass screenshots. Fuck with my family and I'll smoke you up like a Marlboro. Jesus called. Kim answered. He was right. We was wrong. But we strung him up and now he's gone. We all lied under oath to protect our friend. But these people are clearly still harassing me, still a part of my life, still hiring me, still like, it's never ending. So the Officer Bowman better be a real fucking cop in Fort Worth, or they straight up try to poison me at Grace with those little candies and then try to say I smelled like marijuana and send me off to get a drug test over here so that I have some sort of record, because I have zero criminal record. I have traffic violations, maybe, but I don't have a criminal record because I'm not a criminal. So they fucking make up shit. These people are fucking awful. And the other day they had left some wraps on the table for the employees. You have to have a key code to go downstairs. You can't just hop on the elevator and get anywhere. You have to have a key to get there. So somebody who worked there put those there for everybody else. My lymph nodes swole. They blew up like the fucking World Trade. So some shit is really going down, and I'm still being attacked and poisoned and manipulated in this town. And I am not married. I've never been married. People in that family are frauds. I'm not accepting money. I don't have a Wells Fargo account. People are straight up frauds. And they're still attacking me. So now I have to go fucking belittle myself in a humiliating ass situation and not sure that the fucking LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics, which I remember them working with them evil ass bitches in Dallas at Revelation MD, and take a drug test for a drug that I don't even fucking do or go nowhere near. So that's what's going on in my life.